I do not have the energy to go around and entertain my child all day long. And so I refuse to do it, and I don't use screens to fill in the gap. Do my kids get bored? They don't. I'm going to tell you why this is better for them. I'm Erica, and I'm creating a backyard nature playscape for my kids. A place that is different than your traditional lawn and swing set. I've got a tree that we needed to cut, and it's fallen over. I've got a dirt pit over there, and we are going to keep adding things so that our kids can connect with nature and grow and thrive. Now, all growing up, I was great with kids. You know, you needed a babysitter, I was there. I would be your entertainer. I ended up being a nanny for a really long time, and I loved it. I loved entertaining kids. I loved doing the crafts. I loved doing the games. I loved organizing things. It was just so much fun. And you know what? I was those kids. I was their favorite person, and it was great. But then I became a mom. I didn't have energy to be their number one entertainment, and I didn't want them on screens all day. We all just know that that isn't the best for them. And I have a kid who is extremely just full energy. Whatever he does, he's going to put all of his energy into it. And so when we're inside, he is constantly on top of me, jumping, being super loud. And I love him, but wow, it's a lot sometimes. And I need to get other things done. And so for a while I did use screens, and I really struggled with trying to keep him entertained. And one day he was crawling all over me, and I was trying to take care of the baby, and I just had enough. And so we went outside, and I sat down and I took care of the baby, and he just played. And he wasn't on me, and he wasn't being loud, and he just played. And that was the moment that my brain shifted to say, oh, you don't need me to be your entertainment. You don't need me to tell you what to do. And from that day on, I really focused on not having screens in the house. When we don't give children the freedom to lead their own play, they become dependent on us, and they become dependent on screens. And they forget how to have fun and create, which is crazy because like kids are just so naturally great at playing and being creative, but they're human, and they're going to take the path of least resistance for entertainment. Just like adults, we finally got the kids to bed. What do we usually do? We watch a show or we scroll on our phones because we are exhausted, and we want that path to least resistance to entertain our brains. And kids are the same way. So if we're constantly entertaining them, or the screen's constantly entertaining them, when they don't get that, they're really, really bored. When we're giving them toys that move and shout and flash, that is so exciting. When we give them games on the iPad or shows on the TV, they have so much fun with that. But that is not childhood. That's really good marketing and programming. But with all that extra sound and noise, we can tune it out, and we can still give our kids a good childhood. And the trick to that is to let them have free play, to give them child-led play. And that's exactly what it sounds like. They take the lead. It inspires imagination, problem solving, and focus. It inspires real joy. I'm going to tell you 5 benefits of letting your child lead in play. Number 1 is it builds independence. Ever since we started to really let my kids have free play and me not entertaining them at all, my children are so confident. I open the door and they don't even ask me what to do. They just go and find it. And they have fun, and yeah, they might come to me for a kiss or to settle a dispute, or they really can't figure this one thing out. I will totally come and help them, or they may even ask me to be a store owner in their game, but they have decided on the rules of that game and invited me to it. I am not the one taking the lead, and it's great because I can say yes, and I'm so excited that they've invited me. But if I'm busy, I can say no, and it's not a big problem. They can shift, and they can continue to play store in a different way. When a child is able to take the lead in play, they learn how to trust their own decisions, make mistakes, and to navigate boredom. Without you jumping in every time, it gives them the freedom to figure out what to do and the confidence to say, I've got this. Number 2 is it inspires creativity. When a game or activity isn't pre-scripted, it lets kids come up with wild and inventive and beautiful things that strengthen their brain and problem-solving skills like no other structured activity would. My 3-year-old, he will play and sometimes I'll listen in and I don't even know what he's saying. And he can speak pretty well, but he is making up his own language and he's doing this game that I don't know what's happening, but he is having a blast. My camera got too hot and so we have to be in the shade now. And so you just get a wider view of my yard. Let's see, where was I? Okay, so reason number 3 is it builds emotional resilience. When a kid is able to play with his toys to build a tower and then it falls down, he's able to work with that emotion of frustration or glee. They're constantly working through those emotions, and if you stand back and just let them manage their emotions, that helps them build that emotional resilience. Or say they're playing with a friend and the friend isn't playing right. They're not playing to how they want the friend to do it. That again, it brings in anger or frustration or even sadness, and they have to work through those feelings, which is so healthy for them. It's real life learning in action. The 4th benefit of child-led play, it deepens their focus and attention span. Unlike screen time or adult-led activities that are fast-paced and give quick dopamine hits, child-led play allows for deep engagement. They can get lost in their own little world, which can build longer attention spans over time. Just think of a little kid squatting down and watching a caterpillar on a leaf or a potato bug crawl across the sidewalk. This one might be the hardest, especially if your kids are used to high input from screens or constant entertainment. They're getting those fast dopamine hits, bright colors, fast screens, quick rewards. But after all that stimulation, their brain crashes. And that's when you see the tantrums and the meltdowns. Their bodies are just trying to find balance again. So if your kids are used to those, when you take them into the backyard, yep, it's going to be boring at first. But that is okay. If you give them enough time, real time, they will start to learn how to focus on something small and slow. And that's when fascination and inspiration grow. Just think of your own childhood. When did you have moments of slowness? When did you have moments of deep focus? Write those in the comments below of what childhood really looked like for you. And hopefully we can give that to our children too. The 5th benefit of play is they get to discover themselves. They get to figure out what they like and what they don't like, what feels good and what is beautiful. And the most magical part for you is you get to watch it. You get to watch them discover who they are. My kids are so different, and it's so much fun to watch which one loves to play in sprinklers and which one definitely prefers the water table, which one will stay inside a bush for hours, or the other one might love bugs and the other one might hate bugs. It's amazing to see children and how they discover themselves through their own choices and actions. My kids aren't being grouped together in an activity, and so it allows them the option to play together or to not play together, and I've seen them grow in being siblings that way, to be kinder and more thoughtful, or to say, okay, I'm going to go play my own game. And the more kids play, the more you give them time to do it, and the more often they get to do it, the better they are going to get. So some practical tips to help your child learn how to have child-led play. If they're constantly saying, I'm bored, play with me. Good. Like I said earlier in this video, boredom is the door to creativity. They are on the edge of something great, and it will be wonderful for them, but they've just got to walk through that door. Give them less screens. And I know that's really, really hard in our society and in our culture and just our high-paced world to not give our children screens, but the less we give them, the more opportunity you are giving to play and childhood. You can give them open-ended resources like sticks or rocks or blocks or old pots and pans. Give them something that isn't like necessarily like, oh, this has to be played with this way. Like they can do anything with it, and just watch their imagination buzz. And if nothing else works, go outside and let nature take its course. Nature is beautiful and has a way of capturing a child's imagination and curiosity, and lets them think about what works and what doesn't work. Lets them be little scientists. Now, with these practical tips, give yourself and your kids time. Children are hardwired to play. Start with 20 minutes, then 30, then 40, then an hour and 2 hours. and they are just going to get better and better. And you are going to get more and more time to do what you need to do, and you'll see the benefits of the work that they're doing as well. And if you're trying to build a backyard that's more than just a lawn, and you're trying to grow kids who are imaginative and creative and resilient, subscribe. We're constantly adding to our backyard and trying to help others do so as well. So come join us on the journey. Remember to step outside, feel the dirt under your feet, notice the light through the trees, take a deep breath in, and know you and your family were meant to be outside. It was created for you. And if this video connected with you, watch this one up here, all about why we don't use sensory bins and what is so much better.